Hello, John and Maggie. Here's your sewer scope from today's inspection. That's me down in the basement at that access point that I pointed out earlier. We start out in cast iron. A little pile of flakes here that we run into. That's not uncommon in older cast iron pipe. It's a deposit, which probably means that there's not a lot of water flow through that section of pipe, so it just tends to accumulate there. You can see the little flakes on the top of the pipe, the little chips. They'll delaminate and fall off into the pipe. Again, that's kind of normal fare when you're talking about a metal pipe in a wet environment like this. Very typical in our area will be cast iron underneath the house, and then once we get to the other side of the foundation wall into the yard, we make a change. In this situation, we're changing to PVC. Knowing the year that the house was built, it's unlikely that this was the original pipe to the house. They likely had or made a change at some point. You can see we're holding a little bit of water. It could be a low spot, but you can also see up ahead, or I think I just pushed it out of the way, there was a big wad of paper right there. And then obviously we clear out here. This is good. A little bit of water at the bottom of the pipe is not a big deal. I am running a little bit of water right now. I think also that the camera head grabbed onto some paper and I'm just pushing it along. You can kind of see it from time to time washing in front of the lens right there. And then, no, I thought I saw something, but no. Slightly greater downgrade here, so we're gonna move the water along, but holding up, there's again paper right there, and then right in front of the lens. I'm going to jump up in a minute and try to get a large volume of water to move through the pipe. So I'm flushing the toilet, turning on the basement shower, the vanity also. I'm going to get those going a little bit just to put a burst of water through there. I mean, the other thing to keep in mind is since the house is vacant, toilet paper, since the house is vacant, you don't have those high water volume incidents incidents when you're pushing that much water through the pipe, right? So not doing a load of laundry, taking a bath, taking a shower, well, not taking a bath in this house, but you know what I mean. Running the dishwasher, those types of things that typically will clear out any softer material like paper. Hang in there for just a second. This is that moment when I'm turning some water on. Ultimately, I think the pipe is good. It's hard to say absolutely, obviously, because of lack of visibility. We've changed over also. Now we're in ABS. So at some point we made that switch, which is another pipe that wasn't common when the house was built. So there's the transition from PVC to ABS. Just a different flavor of plastic. We'll get to right around 150, 151 feet, at least by the counter. The camera that I'm using today has 150 feet of cable. The counter is not exact science there, so sometimes it's a little bit off. This drop right here may be into the city connection. It's hard to tell. I'll dip into that. You can see a little bit better when I pull back. It may or may not be, but it has the characteristics of that final drop into the city connection. Hard to say. In any event, that was the end of my cable. That's about as far as I'm going to go. So read through the written report. Ultimately, what I'm going to say is that have the pipe cleaned, even though we're plastic, and a lot of that stuff would probably get pushed out. I would still rather clear it out, have the line videoed once it's cleared and free of water. Do that just to get a second set of eyes on the pipe. But all in all, I think it's going to be a good pipe. I don't really have big concerns, but still want to be prudent and recommend having it cleaned out. I'm going to keep the camera rolling as I pull back. You're more than welcome to watch the return journey. Reach out to me with any questions. I'm always happy to be a resource and be a help if I can.